Let's go a little south now in the SEC. If the Big Ten had a big surprise today, it was business as usual for the Georgia Bulldogs, aka the White Walkers. Trevor Knight, they hold Missouri, a fellow SEC team, to 6 points over the span of a full game here. Stetson Bennett continues to roll continuity. They have two quarterbacks now because JT Daniels is back healthy. Georgia is rolling. What is the biggest takeaway and what is the biggest threat to the Bulldogs going forward?
The biggest takeaway is this. Number one, your comment of sending the entire defense for Georgia to New York for the Heisman ceremony continues to sound better and better and better. You only have to turn on the TV and you know what you're going to get out of that defense. And that type of confidence, even as a viewer and as a fan, is hard to come by. You can plug and play the quarterbacks. We've been talking about that for weeks. You saw both of them play today. They can both move the ball down the field. They each had, I think Stetson had 2 touchdown passes. JT had 1. He did have a pick, but plug and play there. If they just run the football and play the defense that they're having, not make crucial mistakes, they're going to continue to do what they're going to do. I'm flipping through my calendar right now, and I'm just marking off W's all the way through to that SEC championship game. And that's where we can potentially, and I'm saying that very lightly, potentially have somebody even give Georgia a threat.
Christian Hackenberg, if you are Kirby Smart, when do you have to start thinking about a letdown, or when do you start looking ahead at Alabama, or do you just stay on your course? I hate to say business as usual, but these guys have been business the whole season long. As Kirby Smart, and let me just run this past you, Hack. And this is the numbers I'm giving you is what they allowed each week defensively. Clemson, 3 points. UAB, 7. South Carolina, 13. Vandy, shutout. Arkansas, shutout. Auburn, 10. Kentucky, 13. Florida, 7. Missouri, 6. The 13 points they gave up to South Carolina and Kentucky is the most points they've given up all year, and they did it twice. And I bet you they grit their teeth down to sawdust for doing that. What is the thinking if you're Kirby Smart and his office? What is the thinking going forward? Do you have to protect or do you stay attacking?
No, I think they stay aggressive. And I think to kind of answer that second question that you brought up to Trevor and expand upon it, I think the only thing that's going to stop Georgia is themselves. And it's very rare you get to say that about a college football team in today's world with the distribution of talent and how unpredictable it is when you sit there and, like, we're talking like Purdue, they beat Iowa and then they get let down by the next week and they get beat by like a Northwestern or whoever the hell it was. But it's a team that, based upon how they played, they shouldn't have gotten beat by. And then they come out and they straight up go blow for blow and beat a really, really good Michigan State team. It's like, that's the unpredictability and the variability that you're used to seeing in college football from a week-to-week basis. Georgia just doesn't do it. I mean, like you said, I think Georgia's given up 6 touchdowns through 10 weeks in the SEC. I mean, I can't think of another defense that's done that since I've been alive. And that's going back. I mean, like, that's insane, man. And like I said, I think the biggest threat to them is themselves. And for Kirby Smart, I think it would be unwise to expect anything less, to let off the brakes, to look forward, to do anything like that. I just try my best as a coach to keep these guys in whatever mindset that they're in, because it's unheard of and it's exceptional. And it's, for people who love football, it's beautiful. And I think they've really found a great system down there. They found a great rhythm and they're staying in it, and they're staying in it better than anybody else in the country right now. And hopefully they can carry it out for the next, 4 to 8 weeks, however long it is, until that national championship game, because I think they can really do something super special. So for me, like I said, I think it's only thing stopping Georgia is going to be Georgia.
That's a cool question here. Thank you, Dagan. From the Gamma Phi House at the University of Georgia. This one is from Mr. Baylor. Bryce, I assume that's you, Mr. Baylor. The Gamma Phi House.
Suck it, Trevor.
At the University of Georgia. They want to know, will their Georgia Bulldog defense be in New York?
Will their Georgia Bulldog defense be in New York? I would love to see it. I know that there's never been a unit to ever go to New York. We've seen a couple of defensive guys have the opportunity to go there. But again, to y'all's point, what we've done is, and what we've seen rather as college football fans is unprecedented. And especially in a day and age too, where there's so much, again, just like in the NFL, there's so much prowess and excitement on the offensive side of the ball to a QB position. What we just saw that. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Yeah. So what we are seeing in this day and age, especially we're about to, they've already played Arkansas, Kendall Briles, who again is that kind of run and shoot offense behind Coach Briles. We're about to see it playing against Tennessee next week with Heupel and what he's done there in that offensive scheme as well. You're seeing, offenses that are built to put up points and do with tempo. So it's not just this kind of 3-yard cloud of dust to what they're doing. I mean, these guys are playing defense at such a high level against a lot of different offensive schemes. And man, they just get you off schedule. They make you frustrated. They make you turn the football over. They put you, especially if you watch their special teams too, their special teams is really good. I mean, you're putting guys at, 10, 15 yard line coming out. So I think, to the Gamma House, or whoever asked that.
The Gamma Phi House, University of Georgia.
Sweet. Thank you, Chelsea or Brittany or whoever that was. But I think I can see your dogs being on top in New York. Yeah.
So just to cap this out, and I'm just gonna jump ball this question. Does Stetson Bennett give these guys the best chance to win it all, or does it not matter? Dagan, can you put up how our man Stetson did tonight? Do you have his stats going into Missouri today? There we go. Stetson Bennett.
This is business as usual. Yeah. I mean, this is your shopping list on a Tuesday going to Target. I mean, this is what he does. He gets the same thing every week. He's going to do this. I think this is built off their defense, but they score points. So I think that what we were talking about the very first week and even into the second week of this show was talking about JT Daniels, but I think that Stetson has done everything that he needs to do to say, hey man, I am the leader of this offense. I continue to put us in good positions, don't turn the ball over, and we keep moving chains. And so I think that's all that matters when you're talking about winning football games, especially behind good defenses.
And they can run the football too. I mean, they control the line of scrimmage on both sides, and that's so important.
Really, they run the football first, and then those quarterbacks come in there, and then to your point,